Currently up about 80 pips on this CJ position. Just wanted to record so you guys can see that I did actually take this, where I entered, held out the whole move. Obviously it hasn't hit TP yet. This is a 15k funded account on FXify. My funded account strategy is to build up multiple accounts and then keep them in the background for when I just decide to trade them or a good trade shows up, etc. For this one, it was a good trade. We reversed bullish on CJ from what appears to be the bottom of the move. New high high, lower low, new high high again. But I actually lost on the first position because I took from this demand zone, and then when that lost I entered on the second one. My original TP was right here at these highs, but you can see we didn't take them out the first time, built up loads more volume and liquidity, and then went to take them out. So at that point I thought, okay, I'm just going to move it to the next higher time frame area, which was on the 1 hour charts. As you can see, we still haven't hit it yet. A new 1 hour's just opened and we're extremely close. Now the reason I just wanted to put it right here is because it lines up exactly with this small supply zone on the 1 hour, which is a very nice place to take the TP. Now this wasn't with full risk, so it's not a 15.4% win, which is what the risk to reward is on this trade. But yeah, this is potentially a liquidity setup on the 1 hour, because you can see right here we failed at this one. We can expect at least a bit of a reaction from the second. I might even honestly just close here with this new 1 hour, and that'll be it for this year. So fully green on this year, which is incredible, because I was only profitable for about 5 to 6 months of it, and I managed to make back everything I lost in the first 6 months and way more. So to be green in the first year, for me that's incredible. What a way to end the year right here. Looking back on this year, hopefully it's really inspirational for some of you guys how far I've come. I started off December 13th last year, and I was just randomly trading stocks on a mobile app on the 1 minute chart. Lost so much money. Now looking to the end of the year, obviously starting the channel, being green on the year through payouts, having a community in Discord, and just come so far. Going to be moving country already. So yeah, hopefully it's inspirational to you guys to see how far we've come just in this short amount of time, and what's really possible with Forex if you're doing the right things. We were anticipating the reversal. The first target I had was this zone. Now I wouldn't have entered this, because this next candle was a new 1 hour. I was waiting for the new 1 hour to make a bottom wick first before I entered, and on the live markets it did, so I actually got into the position. If it was the same as it was here on TradingView, then I wouldn't have got in because the 1 hour didn't have a bottom wick. So I took a loss on that one, and then the first position, which I closed, didn't take it at TP1, I just closed to make the account back on break even. That's why you can see the balance is at 1505, and then the second position is this one that I've left running all the way to this 1 hour demand. So I just wanted to record that showing me actually in the trade, because obviously anyone can just show a TradingView chart after it happened. Tomorrow I'm going to record the actual video for this and get into the breakdown, which I'll show up next. Okay, so it is the next day. I'm now going to break down this trade and show the analysis of why I actually took it. So the first thing we can see is that we were in this sort of continuation downtrend on CJ. Nowhere did we make new highs and then hold above them, and we've retraced now to the area where we would look for price to potentially reverse because we're bullish on the higher time frame, which is at the bottom of the move where we consolidated right here. This was our initial consolidation before it reversed, and then this is the second consolidation where it retested the top of the area. So when price comes back down to this same place, you can look for it to potentially start to reverse and move bullish. So that is in line with the higher time frame structure, which is not that important for my normal trades on the 5 minute. However, if I'm going to be taking a very big TP like this and a massive runner, then of course the higher time frame is quite important. So what we can see is it took out these lows. We were very bullish on the higher time frame, took out these lows, and initially we reacted from this small demand on the 1 hour, which showed bullish momentum. However, on the higher time frame it never really just touches the zone and instantly moves like it does on the 5 minute. It needs to come back at least once so they can fill a lot more orders. So back to the 5 minute chart, what was I seeing immediately in the live markets? Well, we made this low right here and instantly reacted bullish. Now after that happened, you can see we took out the low by a couple pips and it instantly went bullish again. So that indicates that it was just coming down to grab more liquidity, fill more orders before moving to the upside. We grabbed the liquidity, we made a high, a lower low, respected the first demand zone here, and then created another high, taking out this right here, another higher high. Now there's a lot of things here in the live markets that were showing signs the price was going to move on the 5 minute time frame, so I'm going to get into those right here. First off, what we can see is two potential zones faked people out. Now the first one obviously I completely ignored because that for me is the liquidity zone, and it was reacted bullish again. came down, reacted bullish again, took out the highs right here. At one point this candle was fully green, so we could have faked in a lot of people, and then it crashed straight down to the next zone. Now this is where I actually took the first trade from, which was a loss. We had the liquidity right here, we faked people out at it, came down, and we respected nicely on this candle. On this trade, this next one was a new 1 hour candle, which is unfortunate because I don't enter on new 1 hour candles unless they make a nice bottom wick and flip, which on here you can see it made a small bottom wick, but on Vantage Markets, which is the trading view chart I normally use, this one is just to have on my past setup saved on. Vantage Markets tends to give the most accurate live results I've seen. It actually didn't make a bottom wick, and on the live markets on MT5 it did make a bottom wick, so I actually entered on that, which is unfortunate because I was looking at trading view on Vantage. I of course would not have taken this trade. With no bottom wick on the 1 hour, you would expect it to push up, make its top wick, and then come down and flip. So I was too caught up in the moment, not looking at trading view and looking at MT5 only, that actually I got into this trade right here, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. So it was standard for me, 1 pip below, stop loss, etc., and ended up losing. What this shows, nice rejection and going green again. Same thing up here. Price has the intention to move from a demand zone and continue to the upside. That's the thing a lot of people don't think about. What are the markets actually showing you? In both of these areas is showing the intent to react from a zone and start to move upwards. So the best zone always, as we know, is the one right at the bottom. This is the last untapped zone. Now right here we can see we've got the liquidity at a nice distance, and we have a very nice gap in front of the zone, which is always a good sign for us. Now this was 1 candle liquidity, however we also took out these two beforehand. This reaction right here, it creates 1 more candle of liquidity, so anyone who takes this trade, which also includes me this time, gets taken out as liquidity. So that's 1 over here and 2 right here, candles of liquidity. We fake people out here, taking out this low, and at this point that's more than enough for the market to take off in your direction. So same thing for all my entries. What do we look for? The candle can't close in the zone, close rejecting right here, very nice. I entered on the close as usual, and from the spread it put me in about here on the next candle. This is my entry, stop loss 1 pip below the candle as usual, because with liquidity supply and demand setups you would not expect it to break the initial candle that closed rejecting the zone, which is why it's so powerful when you can get such high risk to reward trades. From having a stop loss this small and being able to enter that aggressive, that's the good thing about it. First TP on this trade for me was just at new highs, but I didn't actually close it here due to the initial loss I took at this zone. TP1, I just closed to cover the loss of the last trade, which was somewhere around here, I can't remember exactly. So at this point, the higher time frame aligned perfectly with everything I was trying to do, which is why I took such a large TP on this trade. I set the TP up here. It's my own strategy, liquidity, supply and demand. Look how good it works on all time frames. I looked for the first supply demand zone, which can easily fail for liquidity, but yeah, I just put it a few pips away from the initial zone. Of course, with us being bullish on the 1 hour, that was a very good sign for price to continue moving upwards after the initial reaction on this 1 hour demand right here. And in the end, ended up closing the full thing. This was about a 1 to 15.25. With me closing the first position to cover the last trade, I ended up getting 9% profit, I believe. So a pretty insane trade. It's extremely rare something like this happens. I'm actually done for the whole of December now. I'm going to take a nice break and be content with going green on this year. It's definitely not something I expected to happen right at the start. So yeah, I thought doing anything for a whole year, only trading, only doing Forex, it's a great place to end it and take a break for the month. Just going to focus on YouTube and just go back to a lot of things that I sacrificed in order to go full time with Forex. So yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Just wanted to quickly show this trade, seeing as it was an incredible trade. And if you want to join the Discord, link in the description where I put all my trades and I post webinars in there. So go and check that out if you're interested, and I'll see you guys in the next video.